Okay, how's it going, everybody? How's it going out there in YouTube land? So this is a reply to the all in black I'm not obnoxious video. Now, I got some quotes here. Got a little bit of notes, so got some actual quotations from him. So if you want to go back and look in the video, you can actually see he said these things full well. Now, I'm not vain, but my good attributes deserve light. Alright, well, sure, I guess that's perfectly fine. But when you start comparing yourself to God versus Job, and now keep in mind, I'm not religious, but when you compare yourself versus God versus Job and how other people are, quote, lesser than you, wow, you're totally wrong. Everybody's equal. You're not better than anybody. I'm not better than you, by the way. First of all, nobody is better than anybody, right? We're all equal on an equal playing field. Otherwise, you sound just like a racist, really, because maybe not in skin color, but you're an elitist. You think you're better than other people, which you're not. Not better than any other people at all. Now, when you're belittling the person you're replying to 31 to 37 seconds into the video saying, I don't know if you ever read the Bible, you don't look the sort of person who would take notice to what God says. Now, I found that quite offensive because on several levels, it's saying that he's not smart enough to take the word or the heed of God or whatever, and a lot of people will just take that as an insult, saying you're more religious than him and you're more godly than him, right? And that's another saying you're not on the same playing field as the rest of us, which is just ludicrous. Now, the story of Job and comparing yourself to God would be my third point. The story of Job wasn't Job whining and God going, you're pathetic, as you quoted. God, this is your actual quote. God said, you're pathetic, I'm not pathetic, I'm God, I'm better than you. Okay, I'd implore people to go and look up the story of Job on Wikipedia, because I just did a real little search on it. Like I said before, I'm not religious, but if I'm going to say something, I'm actually going to go and do maybe half a second worth of reading before opening my mouth. I suggest other people do the same. And now you're going about how you're not arrogant, but here's some things that you're saying and that's just like what I do in my videos. I'm better than other people I talk to, so I just let them know it. That's not arrogance, that's truth. No, that's the definition of arrogance. If you think that you're better than other people and you have to let them know it, that's arrogance, and that shows that you really have a very low self-worth. You don't think highly of yourself if you're out going to prove a point on how much more moral you are and how much better you are, how much godly you are, and how much everyone else is on a lower. We're all peasants and you're the god up here. So whatever, man. It's just silly. You're just being silly with stuff like that. I'm not overboard or anything. If anything, I undersell myself when you compare yourself to God and all of these things like that. Right. Okay. And then you go, after talking about yourself forever and ever to the point of comparing yourself to God, like I just stated, and telling other people that we're all morons, pretty much. Anybody that disagrees with you. Anybody that agrees with you is great, they're awesome, but anybody that disagrees with you, nope, ship them off to a work camp, eh? This is a quote from you, as long as we agree I'm not arrogant, we can move on from that. So you go from talking about yourself the whole time into just automatically going, okay, well, we agree that I'm not arrogant, so let's move on. Preposterous, completely preposterous. Now, on the police issue, if it was real, you would report it. It's as simple as that. Leverage, that's to cover your BS story. There's no videos, there's no screenshots, there's nothing but your word, which I've proven to be just fraud. You twist things to your own advantage every time. Then more insults about how he's saying he looks like a smart guy in a condescending tone. Don't just start making fun of people based on their appearance or judging people. That was in a very condescending tone. Oh yeah, nice example of how you bow down to authority at and bend your will at any occasion by not reporting the guy to the authorities and just going and saying, I can have some leverage, a barter chip for my MySpace to get back online and slander Ron Paul more and more and more. Now, that's just great. You're gonna love the nanny state, and no wonder why you love Britain so much. Britain's even more of a police state than Canada. Canada's pretty bad, and America's slipping into totalitarianism. Oh yeah, 19 and 29, and you said that 10 years is too old. I'm sorry, in a lot of regions, for anything naked material, 18 is perfectly legal, and 18 is considered an adult in a lot of regions. Sorry, so 21, 18 to 21, different areas, different places, drinking ages, etc., etc. But if she's 18, then she could go out and marry an 81-year-old Anna Nicole Smith style because she is considered an adult by law. And there's just more example of how you'd like to dictate to what people should do according to your own theories and your own will. And you can't do that. If she's an adult, then that's fine. I'd be all for protecting her under the law, under anything pornographic, and if she was a child, anything under 18. I'm not for anything of that matter at all. I find that vile and disgusting. But as soon as you turn an adult, you have your own choices to make, and then you don't have to listen to people like you or your parents or whatever, because you're your own adult. If you live with your parents, you obviously have to respect them, etc. I'm not going to go into that, but it's just the fact that if somebody is an adult, then they're an adult. Let them be an adult. Okay, what else do I got here? Oh, banned 4 times in a week from MySpace. And you're saying they're suppressing your political beliefs and stuff like that. And then you go off on saying how Tom owes you an apology. You were continuously spamming you were continuously spamming the Ron Paul section of MySpace, and you admittedly say that. Now, after all of that, and you admit saying that you didn't say spam, you were saying, I was going and posting all the Ron Paul racist material, which it's garbage. It's all been debunked. You've been shown as a liar. It's weak. It's nothing, man. It's nothing. Go and look on YouTube. Just Google or YouTube or Google anything on Ron Paul being a racist, and it's all stuff that's not based on anything. It's all rhetoric. It's a ghostwriter, stuff like that. Libertarians aren't racist. I've already gone through this. I'm not going through that part again. Now, to my summary on your summary. From getting pics, from somebody soliciting pictures of naked people to being a child molester, that's a pretty giant leap. You've got absolutely no proof of that at all. That's a bold accusation, and that is slander, by the way. You do go online and thoroughly slander people. You have zero proof of that whatsoever. Even if he was going around and getting pictures of people that are 18 and they look younger, that's his own thing. Like a lot of people do that. There's a huge market in pornography for people that don't actually look 18, they look a little bit younger. I don't find that that great. Like I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of liberty. You can do whatever you want. If those people are adults, then let them be adults. Don't use your nanny state policy on them. Now, you keep on going on your good attributes, and then you'll go off on to almost a 1984 doublespeak on how you're extremely humble after thoroughly comparing yourself to God multiple times with the Job thing, saying how you're better than people multiple times in almost every video that you do. You have an intro where you go, I have a brilliant political mind at the very start of it, right? So, yeah, you're obviously right high on yourself. You think a lot of yourself. If you think that you're better than other people